Hi there and welcome to this 49th live tech Q&A session, and I'll be answering some of your tech related questions here, and you can just post your questions in the comment section and I'll take them up. So let's do this. Already I see a lot of questions. So the first question is from Abhimanyu Singh, and he says, "Sir, love your videos. You're doing a great job. Thank you, Abhimanyu. Question: I'm planning to build a Hackintosh. Could you please help me? Help." He says, "Help that it should be able to play high-end games and should also be dual booting. So can you give me the configuration?" He's on a tight budget. He says about 30 to 38,000. Abhimanyu, for people who don't know what is Hackintosh is nothing but a normal Windows-based computer on which you install Mac OS X. But the thing with Hackintosh is that you just can't use any hardware. It should be compatible with Mac. Generally, I would say, Abhimanyu, check out this site that's called Tony Mac OS X. Just Google for that, and that is the source for Hackintosh. That site is the best site, I would say, for building Hackintoshes. Generally, you have to be very careful in choosing your motherboard. I had good luck. I had made a Hackintosh earlier about two and a half years ago, but generally now I don't do that because I don't have time. Generally, I would say go with I had good luck with gigabyte-based motherboards. So just check out Tony Mac's website. They have builds for budget-oriented Hackintosh, mid-range Hackintosh, and high-end Hackintosh. As you told, you also want to play games, then you will have to use a dedicated graphic card. I hope that info helps. Tony Mac OS X, just Google for that. Let's move to the next question. This is by Partha. Hello, sir. I'm a big fan. Thank you. First question he asks us is, sir, please make a dedicated video among Cortana, Google Now, Siri, to see which is the smartest among them. Partha, the problem is that I no longer have the iPhone 5s, so I simply can't make a comparison video as of now. But from a little bit when I had all these devices, I would say Cortana really has a very good personality. Google Now is very good at facts. It's very fast. Siri is a mix of both. Sometimes I felt that Siri is a bit slow. So again, these assistants are becoming very good, but I won't say that any assistant is the best in everything. In some aspects, I like Google Now. For factual information, I like Google Now. But even Cortana, actually, I made a fun video with Cortana on my channel. Just check out that. I even asked some silly questions, and it gave actually pretty good answers. So second question he asked us is, does playing heavy games regularly on a phone like Asphalt 8, etc. hamper the phone? Nothing should happen on your phones regarding that. The only thing is that, yes, if you play a lot of games, definitely it puts a lot of strain on the battery and it also heats. So definitely if you do game a lot, that is every day for let's say 4-5 hours, you just game on your device, definitely your battery life will be a lot less. But apart from that, nothing issues. Yes, some of the phones do get heated up a lot. For example, if I recall the Xperia Z2, when gaming becomes really hot, and even that Xiaomi S 5.5, etc. So yes, the phones will get heated, and definitely it will affect the battery life. Third question he asks us is that Asus Zenfone 4 has 1.2 gigahertz Intel dual core processor, but Moto E has a Snapdragon 1.2 gigahertz quad core processor. And 1 GB of RAM. So how could Asus be much faster than the Moto E? Do remember that the Asus Zenfone 4 is not running a Snapdragon version, but it's running Intel Atom processor, and the per instruction of that Atom processor is faster compared to the Snapdragon processor. Hence, it's way more faster. So I hope that info helps. Hence, you see, even with the gaming video that I did with the Asus Zenfone 4, even very heavy games like Asphalt 8 and Modern Combat 4 could run on that Asus Zenfone 4 at high settings. Whereas on the Moto E for Asphalt 8, I had to tone down the graphics settings to medium. So I hope that info helps. Again, you just cannot compare one SoC to the other SoC if even they have the same clock frequency. The architecture makes a lot of difference. Okay, let's move to the next question. This is by Kiran. Let me just close this. My mail app is just irritating me. Okay, this is a question by Kiran. Sir, Asus and Xiaomi, are these brands durable on the long term usage when compared to Moto G, or is it a good deal to wait for Moto G2 with Android L. Regarding what is here, Xiaomi, I think so it's spelled as Xiaomi. Xiaomi. I always spell it wrong. Regarding Asus, don't worry. Asus is a very reputable brand. In fact, Asus makes some of the best high-end computer motherboards and Wi-Fi routers. I have been using Asus products for a long time, more than 10 years now. Just now they were producing some smartphones earlier, but now they are getting actually pretty aggressive with the Zenfone lineup. And yes, so I have no worries about Asus. Xiaomi is considered to be a very good brand in China. Often it's said that it's the Apple of China. I personally haven't used any of this Xiaomi. It's spelled as Xiaomi. Xiaomi phones as of now. But from what I heard, raving reviews, the hardware they put in is pretty good. But again, we'll know. I've ordered the Mi3 that was just launched today. So again, I can't comment about Xiaomi as of now. And regarding service centers, they are new in India, but I read on Flipkart that they have put up their service centers in 20 odd cities also. So again, I can't comment about the Xiaomi as of now because I haven't used any of the products till now. But tomorrow I will be getting the Xiaomi. I ordered that Mi3 from Flipkart. So stay tuned to my channel. I'll be doing the initial unboxing and I'll give you my raw initial impression about that product. And why does he asked Xiaomi sell so cheaply? What I heard is that as of now, as they are new in India, they are selling the what does this mean? Mi3 at almost cost. So they are actually not making a lot of profit on that device. I heard that they are selling it at manufacturing cost. Hence, it's actually pretty cheap. But I don't know. In future, will that be the case? But generally, Xiaomi phones are a lot cheaper compared to other devices because their philosophy is a lot different. They want to go in volumes. Anyways, let's move to the next device. This is by Nirvan Agarwal. First, he has again a bunch of questions. Guys, please ask this one question because it does take a lot of time otherwise. First question is, sir, soon iPhone 6 is coming, and I'm sure in 1 year iPhone 6s and iPhone 6c will come. So iPhone 5s will become kind of old. So is iPhone 5s worth upgrading? Nirvan, if you're going to buy the iPhone 5s just now, I would say just hold on because yes, definitely the iPhone 6 is coming and it will have a new form factor. Strong rumors, we'll be getting in two varieties. The screen size will be bumped up. That is a 4.7 inch and a 5.5 inch. So definitely, if you're going to buy the iPhone, you're buying a new iPhone and 5s right now, I would suggest that wait. But yes, it will be definitely more expensive than the current iPhone 5s. But if I were you, I would have waited for the iPhone 6s because what I heard is it's going to launch around the mid-September, September 18th or 19th is the announcement date by Apple, according to the rumors. Second thing he asks is micro SD card class 10 or class 4. Okay, we'll let the question go. Yeah. What does this class 4 or class 10 mean? Does it make a huge difference overall? The class defines the speed. So a class 4 card, technically speaking, should support minimum write speeds of at least 4 megabyte per second, whereas the class 10 card should support a minimum write speed of 10 megabyte per second. Generally, with the smartphones, I would say class 4 is okay, but if your smartphone supports very high quality HD video recording at 60 frames or something, then definitely a higher class card would be good enough. I would say at least go with the class 6 card if you can go. That's my opinion. Third question he asks is Moto G or Asus Zenfone 5. Again, I can't comment about the Asus Zenfone 5 because I haven't tested it yet. I'll try to test it. I can't promise it because again, I just wanted to buy it today also. It was available in the morning, but in the evening when I tried to order it, it was again out of stock. So I haven't tested the Zenfone 5, so can't comment about it. And will you get the LG G3? Yes, I'm trying to get it, but again, just stay tuned to my channel. That's what I'll say. Let's move to the next question. This is by Sandeep again asking a general question that will I be doing a hands-on with Xiaomi? Yes, I'll be doing it. I've ordered it today. Fortunately, by tomorrow, I'll have it in my hands, and tomorrow itself, I'll do the unboxing and my initial hands-on overview of that device. This is by Satish. Hello, sir. I love your videos. Asus Zenfone 4 and Xiaomi reach Indian market now. Do these phones support regional Indian languages like Motorola, Malayalam, etc.? I would say that uh, they do not support all the Indian languages as far as I recall. Yes, Motorola does support some, for example, Tamil, Tamil, but if you talk about a lot of regional languages, then no. In that segment, I would say this, what do you say, Samsung does support a lot. For example, even the cheaper phones, for example, this is the Galaxy Core 2, does support a lot of regional languages. So in that way, Samsung devices do support a lot of regional languages. Even the Zenfone 4 did not support a lot of Indian regional languages. So let me move to the next question. I'm getting a lot of generic questions regarding this Xiaomi Mi 3. Again, guys, we'll be doing it tomorrow. I just do not like to comment about products unless I have tested it, because from my experience, I have heard a lot of good things, hype about products, but when I test those products, the actual what I feel is really, what is it? It was just hyped up too much, and the reality is really different. And the other thing is also true. I've seen some products that were not hyped up, but when I used them, for example, the Zenfone 4, the product was amazing. So generally, I don't like to comment about devices and products unless I have a hands-on with it. Sadly, with the Mi 3, I didn't have hands-on, so I won't comment. Uh, this is by Kamesh Kotwani. Again, he has a multiple questions, but I'll just take one or two, because again, guys, restrict your questions to just one, because I want to give chance to everybody. He says the first question, sir, my friend and I had an argument about the logo of internet speed that we get using cellular data. I said G means GSM, E means edge, 2G, and H means HSDPA, that's 3G. But he said that H means higher speed of 2G and it's not 3G. Please be aware. No, H is in fact HSDPA, that is 3G. H is not 2G. If you just get the G, it is actually that GPRS slow connection, and E is for edge. So that, I hope that info is useful to you. Second question, he says, my cousin wants to buy a phone somewhere around the 10,000 to 12,000 mark. She'll be heavily using WhatsApp and Facebook. So as of now, I told you the choices that I have for 10,000 are a bit old. If Windows phone is okay, again, I have that. You can get the Lumia 525 and even the Lumia 630, I think so, is now available for around 10,000. But definitely, again, I haven't tested the Zenfone 5, so stay tuned to my channel. It is available for 10,000, and the specs actually look very good. And in fact, I'm also looking forward to test out the Zenfone 5, because the Zenfone 4 performance was brilliant. So just stay tuned to my channel. And if the Zenfone 5 performance is as I expect, then that might be the best device for around the 10,000 mark. Let's move to the next question. Again, Rahul, again, I have this, again a question about Xiaomi Mi 3. Maybe I should just change the title today to Xiaomi Mi 3. Does it have Play Store? Yes, it does have. The version that is they are selling in India does have the official Google Play Store and all the Google services. This is by Man of Punjabi. I don't have an answer for this, so any of you can suggest them. Anyways, the question goes is, hey Ranjit, you're doing a great job. I wanted to buy a stereo Bluetooth headset for my phone, tablet, and PC. Could you suggest me some headphones? Mic is optional. Uh, Again, Manav, I just don't use Bluetooth headset, so I have no idea about it. I haven't even tested it, so I'm actually clueless about this. So any of you guys who use a Bluetooth headset, and if you think it's a great thing, do help out Manav. Uh, Dheeraj Dubey, how are you? It would be great if you let me know why did you stop reviewing Micromax phones, so that I can think twice before buying. Dheeraj, the problem with the Micromax devices is that, yes, I haven't tested any of the devices past 1 year. is I had a lot of issue with their phones. Multiple times I had issues with their devices, and even the service centers were not that great. And I do get a lot of user feedback also, and many people also complain me that when they have issues and they go to the service center, those service center people just make them mad. So I just don't like to review products in which I don't trust. And as of now, I just don't trust Micromax products because of their quality issues and the services. So that's the reason I don't review them. So let me just move to the next question. This is by Shobit Agarwal. Sir, how are you? I want to know which Android tablets do you use? How is your experience? Okay, does it support OTG facility, and does only Wi-Fi tablet can run WhatsApp on? No, Wi-Fi only tablets will not run WhatsApp on it. You need a cellular one. For example, this is the what is the Samsung Tab 10.8, which has cellular connectivity. You can use WhatsApp on this. I also use the Nexus 7 Wi-Fi only, but now my daughter is using that. I am currently using this Samsung Galaxy Tab S. Again, the display on this is fabulous. It has a gorgeous display, I would say. So for an Android tablet, as of now, this is one of the best tablets that you can get. But again, it's a little bit on the pricier side, I would say. If you like iPad, go for the iPad also. That's also a great option, I would say. Let me just move to the next question. This is by Satvik. Hello, Ranjit. You're doing a great job. I'm planning to buy a laptop for myself. He says, I'm a computer science science engineering student. Should I go with the MacBook Air 13-inch 2014, which is available on student discount, or should I buy the Windows-based HP or Lenovo laptop? Please give me your thoughts about the MacBook Air. Gaming is not an issue. Okay, as gaming is not an issue, you made it very clear. Then I would suggest that if any of your friends have a Mac, use that and see, because Mac runs on the Mac OS X, so it won't run your traditional Windows applications. So you have to use Mac specific applications. And I don't know, as you're an engineering student, what kind of apps do you require? Just check out if those apps or the softwares, whatever that you require, are available on the Mac. If it is available, then certainly go with the MacBook Air. It's a fabulous laptop. I, in fact, also use the MacBook Air. Mine is the 2013 edition. So I hope that answers your question. Let me just move to the next question. This is by Georgie. I love your videos. Anyways, he asks us, do you know when the Galaxy S will get the Android L? To be very frank, I have no idea, and I'm actually not even sure if the Samsung Galaxy S4 will get the Android L, because Samsung hasn't mentioned officially which of their devices will be getting the Android L. On the other hand, I think so HTC did specify that the HTC One M8 and even the M7, the prior version, when the Android L is officially released, they will come to this device. But Samsung, as of now, hasn't released a statement which devices will be getting the Android L update. Dushyant Yadav, good evening, sir. What's the difference between AMD and Intel processors? Please suggest me a processor for gaming and video editing. What about i7? I would suggest that, as you have told your needs are video editing, then I would say go with the Intel processor, and if you can afford, go with the Intel Core i7. That will be the best bet. This is by Kevin. Dear Ranjit, is the Mi3 the Nexus killer? And what are your thoughts on the HTC E8? Okay, yeah, the Xiaomi Mi3 that is just launched in India today. Actually, the specs, if you look at it, are the same as the Nexus 5. That also has the Snapdragon 800 processor. That's a quad-core processor, 2 gigs of RAM. Internal storage is again 16 GB on both the devices. So yes, In terms of specs, if you look, yes, the Xiaomi has a better camera. Technically speaking, it has a 13 megapixel camera. So if you talk about the specs, yes, definitely both of them are same. But the biggest advantage with the Nexus device is that as soon as you will get the Android update, you do get it on these Nexus devices, and you have the stock pure experience on the Nexus device. Whereas on that Xiaomi Mi 3, they have their own custom skin that is called the Mi UI or something, and it actually looks a lot familiar compared to what you say iOS rather than Android. So yes, in terms of specs, they're very what is similar. And yes, if you do take the price into account, this Nexus 5 is available in India for about 27,000 or so. That Xiaomi Mi 3 is almost half the cost of that. But again, tomorrow I'll get that device and definitely I'll test it out and give you my initial thoughts. And I'll be doing a full in-depth review also for that Xiaomi Mi 3. Second question he says is that thoughts about the HTC E8. HTC E8 is, I would say, nothing but the affordable version of this HTC One M8. This HTC One M8 has a metallic body, but the E8 has a plastic build. It does not have a metallic body, and HTC has removed some features. For example, it does not have that this dual cameras. It has a single camera. It does not have the IR blaster, etc. But the main processor is the same. That's the Snapdragon 801. So I would say yes, for the price, there's a price difference of what, about 8-9,000. It's a decent deal, but I haven't tested the HTC E8 as of now. So let me just move to the next question. One second, guys. Many of you are asking me about specific laptop and versions. I generally don't review PC hardware, so can't give you suggestion, guys. This is by Ishan Agarwal. My question is, what are your thoughts on the HTC One M8? The HTC One M8 is a great phone. I've already actually finished and put up my full in-depth review of this. So check that out. As of now, I haven't tested the LG G3 yet. As of now, I would say it was one of the best Android smartphones for 2014. The camera is the camera is not that great. So again, check out my video review for the HTC One M8 for more info. In fact, it's surprising that I'm still using this HTC One M8 as my primary device. So that shows how nice the device is. It's a very fluid device. I didn't notice any hint of any lagginess on this device. So it's a very good experience, I would say. So let me just move to the next question. This is by Dhurv. I'm glad to see that someone is taking efforts to spread knowledge about electronics. Thank you, Dhurv. And he says, my question is, I'm using the Sony Xperia Z1 Compact. That's the smaller version of the Xperia Z1. And looking for another phone in the same price bracket as of Z1 Compact. Should I go for a new phone? If yes, then suggest me which one should I buy. The Z1 Compact is what, I don't recall the prices, available for what, 29,000 or so. As of now, I don't see any big phones in that price segment, new phones in that price segment. Definitely, Nexus 5 is now kind of old. I'm just hoping Google releases the new version of Nexus. So stick with that for the time being. I would say you can have a look at the HTC E8, but yeah, it will be slightly above your budget, a couple of thousand more. I would say that is one device you can look at, HTC One E8. This is by Mihir Kandol. Do you think, he says, XGNE will get Android update? I think so. He's referring about Moto X, GNE, Moto X, Moto G, and Moto E. I'm not very sure again because Motorola hasn't released an official statement. But I do think so. The Moto X and Moto G should get it because. But again, I'm not very sure. You should ask this question to Motorola. This is by Nandita Gupta. Hello, sir. I like your videos Apart from Samsung, I want to buy a phone within rupees 30,000 bracket. Is LG G2 a good choice? Please suggest me. I want a good camera. Yes, LG G2 is still a very good phone, but also do check out the HTC One E8 because it has the newer Snapdragon 801 processor. So yes, the LG G2 and the HTC One E8, but the E8 is little bit more than 30,000. But again, just check it out. I'll try to review the HTC One E8 in the next couple of weeks. Let me move to the next question. This is by Kaushik Damani, a very logical question, I would say. He asks us Asus Zenfone 4 or Moto E for long-lasting Android updates. I would definitely think that the Moto E might get more updates because the Asus Zenfone 4 runs on that Intel SoC, and from past experience, I would say generally Intel processor phones do not get the latest version of Android updates very quickly. For example, as of now, the Asus Zenfone 4 runs on the Jelly Bean update, and Asus has promised that it will get the KitKat update 4.4.2. But the Moto E, as of now, currently is running the latest version of Android. So definitely, I think so. The Moto E might get latest Android updates faster, and it might last a long more in terms of Android updates. This is by Ram Prasad Nayak. He asked us, does the Xperia Z have the new 4.4 update? I'm not very sure. I'm not following the Xperia Z. It's been an old model, so I don't even have it, so I have no idea. Second, he says that will you get and review the Moto 360? Yes, if it is officially launched in India, I will definitely review the Moto 360. And in fact, I think so. I'm planning to cancel the Samsung Gear Live watch that I ordered because Google's. I ordered it from the Indian Google Play Store. It said that it would ship by 18th of July, but still, as of now today, still it's not shipped, and the status it's showing is as pending. So let me move to the next question. This is by Rajshri Ghosh. Do you think Xiaomi sent the discarded or unsold Mi3 stock to India while they are releasing the Mi4? Any idea when Mi4 will come? I don't think so. But the good thing is that we are getting the Xiaomi Mi3 at a very good price. Just think about the specs. 5-inch 1080p IPS panel, Snapdragon 800 processor, 2 gigs of RAM, 14,000. No other company is giving you that specs. And in fact, I heard that the panel, that is the 1080p panel, is of very good quality. It's not a cheap panel. So for the specs, what you are getting, we are getting the Mi3 at an amazing price. Again, I doubt Xiaomi would have been able to launch the Mi4 at such an aggressive price. And I have no idea when a Mi4 will come, but definitely it won't be as aggressively priced as the Mi3. This is by Surinder Pal Singh. He asked us Galaxy Grand 2 or the Galaxy S4 Mini. I would say consider the size of the devices. Both are decent devices. The Grand 2 is obviously bigger. If you like bigger screens, go with the Grand 2. Else, even the S4 Mini has a decent performance, I would say. But in terms of battery life, I would say the Grand 2 will have definitely a slight edge. Uh, This is by apps to install. Very funny name. Okay. Anyways, he says asks us for startup with a point and shoot camera. Serve my purpose for video recording. Canon SX510HS or Nikon Coolpix L830. My budget is around 14,000. Sorry, I haven't. I have no idea about these two cameras. So cannot comment about it because I generally don't like to comment about devices unless I've tested it. So I'm clueless about both the models that you have told. but yeah, your budget is very tight, 14,000. If it would have been around 23, 24,000, I would have said that just go for the DSLR, because the quality of video that you get with the DSLR is way amazing. Second thing is, ask us which photo editing software do you use? I don't use a major photo editing software on the Mac. I just use the built-in tools. I don't have to do heavy editing for photos, but for video editing, yes, I use the Final Cut Pro X that is available on the Mac. So let me just refresh again to the questions. Give me a second, guys. It's just scrolling. This is by Sachit Jat. He asked us, when will the Motorola Moto X get the Android 4.4.4 update? Don't worry, we are getting that update, and Motorola hasn't given a specific date when they'll release it for India, but I'm suspecting that by this month end, we should be able to get that 4.4.4 update on the Moto X. This is by Loknath Sarkar. Is Moto G the best Android phone under rupees 15,000? You can't say it's the best. I don't like this saying called the best, because yes, it is a great phone under 15,000. But we also have a lot of choices now. That is, the Xiaomi Mi3 is coming. We also have the LG L90. That's a decent phone. The camera on the Moto G is not that great, definitely. But apart from that, overall, I would say yes, Moto G is a very good phone. This is by Bharat Solanki. Should I buy the LG G3 now or not? To be very frank, I would say I haven't tested the LG G3 as of now, so I can't comment about its performance. Yes, the display is a 2K display. I'm just worried about a few things about the LG G3. Overall, I would say it's a great phone. The design is fabulous, very thin bezels, but I'm a little bit worried about if it might have a heating issues, because the Xperia Z2 everybody also raved like crazy, but the Indian unit had some serious heating problems. So I'll try to get the LG G3 and test it out. So I just don't want to comment as of now about it. This is by Vishnu Das. I'm planning to buy the Asus Zenfone 6 phablet. I will be using it mainly for web browsing. He says, does the phone lag while zooming, scrolling, loading resource-intensive pages? What is your opinion about the Intel Atom processor used in that device? Vishnu, I haven't actually tested the Zenfone 6. Yes, it's a phablet device, 6 inches. The screen resolution is 720p HD. Decent, I would say. Not great, but decent. I'll tell you my experience about the Asus Zenfone 4. The Asus Zenfone 4 again has that Intel dual-core processor with hyper-threading. Hence, Android sees it as actually a quad-core processor. And the performance of the Asus Zenfone 4 was fabulous. I just loved that phone. At 6,000 rupees, I was just stunned by seeing the performance of that phone. Even some of the other phones from very big tire brands that cost over 20,000 don't give that performance. So yes, I will try to definitely review the Asus Zenfone 6 soon in the next couple of weeks. So if you can wait till that time, just wait it. But definitely, I am happy with the Asus Zenfone 4's performance. The Asus Zenfone 6 again has that Intel processor, but it's clocked at 1.6 gigahertz as far as I recall, compared to the Zenfone 4 that had 1.2 gigahertz Intel dual-core processor, Atom processor. So let me just move to the next question. Let me just mute my phone. I don't know if I'm getting a lot of distractions here. So it's already 30 minutes, guys. Let me just look at some of the questions. So I think so I have taken up most of the questions here. And this is one last question that I'll take. This is by sorry, I got your name wrong. Mr. Savant. He says, hi sir, I have a 2 megabits internet connection, but just getting 200 kbps. You are getting the correct speed. You are confusing between megabits and megabytes. For example, 1 megabit connection, for example, let's take your example. You have a 2 megabit connection. If you convert it to kilobytes, you should theoretically the max speed you should get around is about 240 kilobytes. But yes, we generally don't get the rated speeds. So what you are getting about 200 kilobytes, kilobytes is correct. Ideally, you should get a little bit higher, about 220, I would say. So don't worry about it. You're getting the almost the rated speed what you are getting. So again, thank you guys for joining. This was the 49th live Q&A session, and it's been almost a year since that we have started doing this live Q&A session. So again, we'll be doing this next week also at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Thank you for joining, and I hope that you'll also again join me next week. Thank you. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.